Good afternoon. This is my name is Babajide Komolafe, Deputy Business Editor of Vanguard newspaper. This afternoon, I will be discussing development in Nigeria's foreign exchange market, vis-a-vis recent developments, the election, and other issues in the political space. And to discuss this with me is the President, Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, in the person of Alh Dr. Aminu Gwadabe. Dr. Gwadabe, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir, for having me.
Yeah. Before we had a 1-week cancellation of the election, and there were some tensions, but we have had the election now. So let's looking back at the last 1 week, how did the exchange rate moved, particularly in the parallel market, in the Bureau de Change subsector, vis-a-vis all the developments regarding the postponement of the election?
Successfully, the exchange rate in the market, both the official window, the CBN window, the parallel market, the BDC market, and the FMDQ market, they all remain stable. We have witnessed considerable level of stability in terms of exchange rate in the foreign exchange market. This has been there before the election, before the postponement, after the postponement, and even after the election. In fact, I see Naira even getting more stronger, because as we are talking to you now, the market is going at 358 Naira to $1, and the pegging rate that we should sell is 360 Naira to $1. So there is a lot of stability, a lot of strength in the Naira.
What is the factor behind the stability at a time of political tension? What makes the Naira stable, the exchange rate stable?
You see, yeah, pundits have put it most times that during election period, at the period you see speculation, you see holding, you see round tripping, you see a lot of market behaviors in trying to attack the Naira. But this year, surprisingly, we did not witness those distortions, those behaviors in the market. And this is attributable to so many factors. You know, the CBN has been very, very proactive in terms of policies, market windows. A lot of windows were created, the INE window, the FNDQ window, the IMTSO window, the SME window, name it, which improve liquidity into the market. And then the partnership with the BDC cap it all because of the end users, the critical end users that we have meeting their needs, their demands. We are well spread with over 4,500 in Nigeria, in all the nooks and crannies of the country. And then that gives us a lot of advantage, even over the banks, in terms of meeting of the needs of the critical end users, and that has really helped a lot in ensuring there is continuous stability. Also, the fiscal discipline of the government in terms of TSA, you know, ab initio, when you have too much Naira in the system, that's why you even see inflation. Because if you have much money in your pocket, whatever the price I quote, you can follow it. So with that control, with that discipline, we have seen a lot of, you know, Naira stability in the market. Also, don't forget the 42-item ban that have really helped in reducing our import bills in terms of rice. This year, the government even came with 0 import on rice. I think we are also achieving that in refineries in 2020. You know, these are 2 major commodities that really strangulate our foreign reserve. Petroleum imports and food import. They are heavy on our own foreign reserve. So as we are achieving independency on those documents, you know, we are not we are not controlling the currency of import, and Nigeria is a dependent country, and the currency of import is the dollar. So we have to wriggle around to see how we can be self-sufficient. I think with the infrastructure being put in place, and there is a increasing level of foreign investors' confidence. We have seen that in the equity market, in the bonds market, you know. So there are a lot of increasing confidence of the foreign investors. The diaspora remittance too. The Central Bank of Nigeria have registered international money transfer operators from 11 to about 60 now. So we almost have like 60 IMTOs, like you have 80 political parties. All these are to deepen the liquidity in the market and ensure that there is transparency.
Now let's look at this week. You said something. You said the dollar now is doing around 358. Does that imply that if I want to buy dollar now, I can get it at $1 at 358?
In fact, if you have your traveling document, I can close the deal with you right now at 358.
Okay, so what's your outlook for this week and next month? We know that this week, collation of results, announcement of results.
Yeah.
Then in another 1.5 weeks' time, the governorship election. Should we still expect this stability to persist throughout till the end?
You know, there is this funny prediction by Google, which thrown the country into confusion. I
was still coming back to that.
Google predicted, somehow their calculation. Okay, 184 naira to $1. So you can see if a company like Google can predict naira at 184 in an election day. So I think I'll go with that prediction of Google. There will continue to be stability in the market. That is my outlook for the naira. I'm sure it's going to remain stable, strong, because what are the fundamentals? Our foreign reserve is still huge.
Yeah.
Talking over 6 months import.
Yeah.
$40-something billion is already over 6 months import.
Yeah.
So since it's over 6 months import, our revenue diversification, January, February, federal inland revenue have hit about 1.4 trillion naira. So that will also give some strength, because the government will be able to have naira and they will reduce our external borrowing. You know, external borrowing is also part of the thing that is deepening into our reserve in terms of the volume that we are doing. So now that we have robust revenue diversification, it will also help us in ensuring that the outlook continue to be looked. And then the diversification that we have achieved, like I said before, and diaspora remittance with 60 IMTOs. So there is one IMTO in a week, they bring to this country nothing less than $14 to $15 million.
Wow.
So if you do $14 to $15 million by 60 IMTOs, you can imagine the quantum of the proceeds that will be coming only diaspora remittance. And you know, we have about $22-24 billion according to World Bank statistics that come to this country annually. But unfortunately, only 6% of it is being captured officially. So you are talking about even less than $1 billion. The major part of it comes under the table, through hand-to-hand, through unregistered online, so all these are the channels through which this money is coming, and that's one of our appeal to the CBN in making us agency of the Western Union. You know, in other countries like India, United Arab Emirates, Lebanon, the BDCs are the wheels of those transactions. In India alone, the diaspora remittance go more than $30 billion annually goes through the Bureau de Change. In United Arab Emirates, especially Dubai, the BDCs in Dubai are the ones that supply the major cash needs of banks in Dubai. You go to Lebanon, the BDC, in fact, are the wheel of that economy in terms of diaspora remittances that is coming through them. So that's why we are even appealing to the Central Bank of Nigeria. It's in their circular 2014. You remember, it helped us be escalated that they should, based on that, look into it. So we are still talking, and we believe with what you are doing, the partnership we are having with the press and something like this, they are also giving us the platform to talk to the concerned authority. They will listen, because that will enhance the capacity of the Bureau de Change. We are already doing our internal restructuring, internal processing, automating, digitalizing to be globally competitive. This has been endorsed already by the Central Bank of Nigeria and other regulatory agencies like the NIPS, Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, the NFIU, Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit. They are all linked into our automation platform for the purpose of our compliance, for the purpose of our rendition of returns. So these are part of the things that we are doing, and to help and continue to support the government in ensuring that the stability persists.
I know that last year you started taking some steps at enhancing transparency of transactions, particular transparency of rates. Right. You know, in the parallel market, in the BDC market, you introduced a platform called NigerBDCs.com. Then I think recently you talk about briefly the automation. How effective has this effort been especially the Niger BDC platform and this your automation portal. How effective and what should we expect in terms of the impact in ensuring that people are confident and certain about exchange rates that they get in the market?
Okay, let me talk about the Niger BDCs.com. That already is a reference point. A lot of financial journalists go into it to cut their predictions, to cut their expiry rate analysis. So that has helped in providing that information. Even the investors go into it. We have a lot of followers that visit in the NigerBDCs.com to ensure that there's rate and there's a transparent rate. And two is a homegrown solution. Because we look at the situation on ground. We only have AbokiFX.com, which is not even in Nigeria. We have Mala FX. It's not even in Nigeria. And you know, there's even a very terrible situation. The day Google said our Naira is 184, the two other platforms shut down. AbokiFX.com shut down, Mala FX shut down. It was only the NigerBDC.com, which belonged to the association, that was live throughout some period before they later upgrade their own system. So it's a homegrown solution. And two, they are speculative. AbokiFX.com and Mala FX, they are all speculative. If you go to AbokiFX.com, you see Aboki cutting 360 Naira to $1. As at the date he said, the Google said is 184, Aboki platform is reading 360, while NigerBDC.com was reading between 358 and 359. Yes. So they induced tension, and that was one of the reasons behind that the association think over it, that we have to come up with a homegrown solution that will give people the effective rate, you call them. Yeah. You call our, remember you used to nickname that our platform for effective rate. Effective so rate, that is one of the reasons why we brought it into the scene, and a lot of people are enjoying it because we offload it. And another features that differentiate us, we covered 4 major markets on the platform, on that rate engine room. We cover Lagos, we cover Kano, we cover Abuja, we cover Port Harcourt. You know, even in Lagos, sometimes you see some certain different rate. The rate you have in Keja, for instance, airport, is not the same rate you will see on the island. Because the island, you have, so you see there is that kind of price discrimination. So if you go to our rate platform, rate engine room, www.nigerbdcs.com, you will be faced with these opportunities, even where to identify the same product and with a lower price.
Thank you very much.
And then the automation. The automation is also, we try to remove ourselves from doing it the manual way. A lot of people are going into IT now. Businesses are being transformed into website. You know, to catch up with global competition. Our processes are purely manual. When you enter into an average bureau de change office, you still see him bedevil with manual purchase register, manual sales register, manual ledger, manual receipt. Everything is being manual. Even our rendition of returns, also we do it manual. For instance, the audited account, the financial statement we send to other financial institutions, Department of Central Bank of Nigeria, all these things have been done manual. So we thought of how do we transform it? How do we remove ourselves from manual processes to automatic processes? That is the reason behind the automation. And I'm happy to note that we are there at our launching, where we have launched it for go live in Lagos this week. We are anticipating over 1,000, 2,500 to start rendering their returns live to Central Bank of Nigeria.
Through the portal?
Yes, to the portal. We have 3 linkages. We have the NIPS, Nigeria Interbank Settlement System. We link with them. We have the Central Bank portal, where we send our returns to Trade and Exchange Department in terms of our utilization, in terms of our purchases, in terms of our documentation that we send. That portal will capture it. Unlike before, we all have to leave our offices to go to a dedicated place. They use EFAS system, electronic financial system surveillance, the EFAS. So we are changing image, we are changing perception, we are enhancing our appearance as a bureau de change. That is one of the objectives of bringing the automation. And then ease of supervision. We are talking about 4,500 bureau de change license. To take any supervisory authority years to go around 4,500 BDC to do spot check, where you have to enter each office. So we brought in the automation so that the supervisor, from the comfort of his office, you don't need to even come out. You can enter into the platform. They will all have access and look into the operation of any bureau de change that you want to make examination on it. So these are some of the things that are putting in place. We are not in competition, because some of us are seeing it as whether the automation is about regulating. No, it's not about regulating. It's just about assisting support to the supervisory authority.
Thank you very much, sir. That is Dr. Alh Aminu Gwadabe, President of Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, on Talking Forex. So next time we will discuss more interesting issues related to the forex market. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.